Hello and welcome to Uncover Your Best Self with EI Jane. Today we're going to talk about what is emotional intelligence and why it's so important for everyone to have in order to live a better, happier life. So what is emotional intelligence? Well, simply put, emotional intelligence is that superpower that allows you to live life on your terms. Okay, that's my definition of emotional intelligence, but you'll see why in a minute. Psychology Today defines emotional intelligence as the ability to identify and manage your own emotions and the emotions of others. It is generally said to include three skills: emotional awareness, the ability to harness emotions and apply them to tasks like thinking and problem solving, and the ability to manage emotions, which includes regulating your own emotions and cheering up or calming down other people. I know that sounds like a mouthful, so this is how I've simplified what Psychology Today is trying to say. Number one, notice or become aware that you're having an emotion. Number two, use it for something, like getting out of danger or making a decision. Number three, modify it as needed in order to benefit you or other people. Emotional intelligence as a term was popularized by Daniel Goleman in his famous book, Emotional Intelligence, not to be confused with another book called Emotional Intelligence 2.0, which is written by a different author. Daniel Goleman breaks down emotional intelligence into 5 main components: self-awareness, self-regulation, internal motivation, empathy, and social skills. I'm going to have a separate video that explains each of these in a lot more detail, but just so you have a general idea, this is what they mean. Self-awareness is simply how in touch are you with your own actions, with how you feel, just having the awareness that you're feeling something to begin with or thinking something to begin with. That's self-awareness. Self-regulation is about not just having the awareness that you're feeling something, thinking something, behaving in a certain way. It's about managing your reactions to things. In other words, it's that thing that prevents you from snapping at somebody or resorting to violence with somebody. That's self-regulation, among other things, but you get the idea. Internal motivation prompts you to work out no matter what, to study no matter what, to go to work no matter what. It's that thing that stimulates you to just keep going in spite of obstacles, just to give you another example. Number 4 is empathy, and empathy, it's about putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. Having this ability does really help you understand other people and get along. Finally, social skills includes the ability to understand people and build complex networks, right? So it's not just about having self-regulation and self-awareness and empathy and internal motivation, but also how do you use those things in order to relate to other people and build lasting relationships. Chances are that you actually were never taught, whether in school or at home, how to really understand your emotions beyond the elementary understanding that we all get just as part of life. The really great news about emotional intelligence is that it can be learned. Anybody can learn it from any age and at any point in their lives. Not only can you learn it, but you do have a responsibility to learn it. You know, a lot of times, many of us think that we are powerless when it comes to our emotions. And many times we just sit back and let them run our lives. But I want you to know that it doesn't have to be like that. There are tons of strategies out there where one can learn about what emotions are really for, how the brain and body and spirit connection works, so that you can actually make your emotions work for you rather than against you. Now, before I keep going, I want to make something very clear. Whenever you hear me talk about controlling your emotions, I by no means suggest that you should suppress emotions. They're not the same thing. I don't recommend suppressing emotions, because when you suppress emotions, it could happen that when you least expect it, they'll bounce right back. Emotional intelligence is really about connecting with yourself and how you feel and why you feel a certain way in order to understand why you're getting emotions to begin with, and then be able to redirect those emotions and the patterns of thinking and meanings associated with them towards something more beneficial for your health. So now you see why at the beginning I said that emotional intelligence is that superpower that allows you to live life on your terms. If you have it, you're going to do better in your relationships, in your job, in your studies, in life in general. You know, it's funny to me that a lot of us spend a lot of time focusing on our physical fitness and we completely neglect our emotional fitness. We make time to go to the gym, we adjust our eating habits and do something healthier, and those are all amazing things. Don't stop doing those, but realize that if we don't really work on our emotional muscles too, we're leaving out a big part of our overall joy, fulfillment, and happiness in life. And emotional intelligence is one of those tools that it's going to allow you to really work on these emotional muscles every day. I've been using emotional intelligence for some time now, and I can tell you that from the moment I started to pay attention to my emotions and my patterns of thinking and how I reacted to things, till now, my life has completely transformed. My relationships are better, my work is better, I feel happier and more joyful overall. But I will tell you though, just like everything in life, it is a continuous process, Just because you change one thing and do it one day doesn't mean that it's going to transform your entire life. Again, like your physical fitness, your emotional fitness is something that you have to work on consistently to build those muscles that are going to allow you to live your life in a proactive state more than a reactive state. So I'm going to stop here with emotional intelligence, but I want you to remember one thing. Your best self is already within you. And you can uncover it by knowing, loving, and being your most authentic self each day.